Hey guys, welcome back to another episode here on the Jeep, and we're gonna swap out that clock spring. Airbag lights on, probably for two reasons, but it's kind of an in-depth little tedious project, but you gotta remove the steering wheel and a bunch of stuff goes along with swapping out this clock spring. So if you have a Jeep Wrangler and your airbag does come on, sometimes the airbag light will come on after doing my little research here. The clock spring will just screw up. You don't even have to be in an accident. Sometimes they just wear out. So if you need to swap out the clock spring, this video is going to be for you. So the very first thing you always want to do when working around with any kind of airbag, anything to do with an airbag, disconnect the power, let it chill for a minute, make sure all the power is out of the vehicle. So I'm gonna go ahead and bust the terminals loose off the battery and just get straight to work. All right guys, so now that the power is completely disconnected to the Jeep, we're gonna go ahead and remove the airbag. It is really funny on the internet with some of these people removing the airbags. They got like a catcher's mitt on. It's kind of comical, but it would suck to have that thing blow up in your face. So first thing you're gonna do, there's two 10mm bolts right here, right behind this first plastic covering of the steering wheel. Let's go ahead and remove those. So from this point, the airbag is loose. And behind it, should have 3 plugs. Let's check this out. We've got all yellow, a black and yellow, and then this just regular black one right here. So let's disconnect those and go ahead and remove the bag. So you guys that have been following the channel, you kind of understand that most total vehicles, the airbag is going to explode. They're going to rupture. So this Jeep never had any airbags deploy on a front end collision. Even though it was from the side, it was almost like a T-bone. But I think it was like video 2. We took out the center console and all that, and the SRS module was out of the vehicle. And this is a question I have for especially the Jeepers out there. Do you guys normally take out the SRS module just so if you're out crawling around or rock crawling or doing whatever, so the airbags don't blow? So is that a common practice is what I'm trying to say, that a lot of Jeepers do? That's my question. Because it makes sense. So if you can drive around with that light on, and you know if you're out crawling around in some rocks or up in the mountains or whatever, and you come down off a slope, you hit the front bumper, and you know the airbag's not going to blow. So it's just a question I've had and I've been very curious about. Also, this airbag looks to be in outstanding condition. So doesn't look blown. Nothing that seems to be wrong with it. Set it to the side. Move on. So step 2 in here. Let's go ahead and remove, this actually goes to the clock spring itself. Let's get rid of that. And now it's the fun part of the job. We got to remove the steering wheel itself. 13mm bolt. Let's go ahead and get this sucker off here, and I hope my steering wheel puller will remove this. I might have to run to the store and rent one. We'll find out. Let's check that out, guys. Look at the clock spring. You can see it ruptured in there. And one more thing I'm gonna try to, oh, you can see it right there. And I'm gonna try to make sure I keep that gap. You know, it's about, I don't know, it's about an eyeball or two. There you go. So I'm gonna make sure that gap's good. So when I pull the steering wheel off, I put it back on the correct way. And one other humongous thing that you guys want to pay attention to, do you see right here on top of the bolt, where the bolt was, there's a dot. And down here, there's a dot on the actual shaft. Those two have to line up. So when you put your steering wheel back on, make sure it's right there. Very, very important you do that. All right, y'all. So I was managed to take off one of the feet off my tool here. This is one of the big ones. This is probably not the best puller for this. You should use the little, tiny one that has the little bar. And it's supposed to go in that hole and that hole right there. It's supposed to go in there, hook, and then you just pull it off pretty easily. So I'm using this mammoth puller, and I was able to actually hook it at the top, and I was able to hook it underneath with just using 2 feet. So let's go ahead and do this and see if this works, because it's kind of barely holding in at the bottom. So whatever, it's all I do is sketchy stuff. So here we go. Okay, I adjusted my setup again. I shortened the feet. I just moved these down a notch, and I was able to hook it on the bottom, hook it on the top, and now I got plenty of room to get the sucker off. So now let's see if it works. My dot's definitely got a little chewed up. Man, tried to protect those threads as best I could. And there we have it. Oh my goodness gracious, dude. Look at that clock spring. Well, that's what we're replacing. Good gosh. Let's go ahead and yank those out. Let that dangle down. Let's get rid of the steering wheel. Boom. All right, guys, what's next is we got to go ahead and separate those plastic covers here. And they're T20 hex bolts. And looks like there's one there, and there's one way up in this hole right here. It pretty much goes all the way to the top right here. So I hope my screwdriver one is going to fit that. So here we go. My screwdriver one with the long bit actually fits. Oh, man. One more right here. Should be the last one. Mountain Dew. Okay. There's the bottom. And there is the top. Kind of have to go at an angle on that one. All right, so this is what we got right now. Keep removing. Now there is, I don't know, there's several little connectors back here. There's a few down here, a few up here. I think there's 3 or 4 total. Okay, I got all the plugs. 1 up here, 3 down below, and now there is a T20 here, right there. Don't remove those, the larger ones right there, just these. So there's 1, 2, and there's gonna be, oh, where is it? There's another one. I know it's not, I know there's more than that. I don't know, let me find it. All right, there's 3 of them. All right, guys, to give myself some better access to this top bolt, it's just really hard to get to. And there's a 7mm right here, and same thing on the other side. I'm gonna remove this plastic trim around the gauges. Okay, so I got the third one out, and this, just moving this off of it a little bit, the bezel, I was able to access that bolt up top pretty easily. So with that being said, what's left on here? Oh, nothing's left on there. Oh, great. Look at this. This is insane. So now what we gotta do is take off the turn signals, the washer, blah, 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 blinkers and all that stuff, and swap it over to the new one. But first, I wanna make sure mine is the exact same part number, because this part number has changed over the years. I guess it's just altered. I just wanna make sure that I do have the correct one. Okay guys, here is my brand new one. And this was obviously not used or anything like that. Let's compare. 5-1. Oh yeah, I mean, they're completely different part numbers. Not even remotely the same digits. So let's see here. On the, oh boy. I don't have the right one. This only has 2 plugs, that one's got 4. Great. That's terrible. Isn't that, God, it's terrible when this happens, man. So frustrating. Yep, wrong one. So I'm over here panicking like crazy, thinking I got the wrong one, because this one, the new one, only has 2 ports down here. This one's got 4. So I'm like panicking, like right off the rip. I'm like, Dad, I got the wrong freaking one. But it's not the case. This one plug goes to this turn signal, and actually I think, yeah, and this one's gonna go to this box. So I think once I unscrew these, I haven't done this yet, but once I unscrew these, hopefully they'll just fit up. And everything else is right. So I did a lot of research on that too. When I ordered this one, I was like, it was so confusing. I was like, I gotta make sure I get the right one. There was a million different part numbers out there for the stupid clock spring. But here we go, let's give it a shot. So both of these are gonna be a Phillips head to remove. There's these little silver Torx bits. And I believe that if just by looking at it, I would think you would need to take those out, but that's not the case. Guys, I've never messed with a clock spring before. Oh yes, it does. Oh, this is great. Hang on. All right. There's a bunch of little tabs. Unless I take out all this, the guts in here, I won't be able to reuse it. All right, guys, it can't be done. It was worth a shot, but this has to go around inside here, and there's no way to access it from the backside. And who knows, I don't want to cross stuff up or whatever. So it's crazy. I mean, this one's completely made for this. I don't know how to get this wrapped around the new clock spring, so I'm just gonna order a new one. That's correct. So Ava just got something in the mail, AKA D-rings.
You're gonna put them on.
Too bad they're red.
Okay.
Yuck. But you have a Tennessee sweatshirt on.
I know, but the accents on the Jeep are red, so it has to be red.
Okay.
Yep, we're gonna put these on, right?
Yep, one there, one there. The fronts are not gonna go on yet. We still gotta put the winch on. So, which we know we need to go get. We should actually go get it with a golf cart and bring it up here. Do you need help?
I have to put the other one down. I don't want to like scratch it. Yeah.
My buddy Justin Brown's going to be in the video. Yeah.
I'm going to start getting distant.
Okay, so we got the D-rings on the back side, and once we get the winch on the front, we'll put those on the front, and we'll show that too. But they look really good. I like the red. It's a good idea.
Nice. Nice eBay ones. Yeah. Cheap. I don't know. They were like 25 bucks a pair, so it's not bad. Better than the billet ones that are like 150.
Yeah.
It's winch time. Trying to get this sucker back up front. And this is a lot easier than lifting it. All right, guys. Next day. Who remembers this thing? It's a little beat up a little bit from the accident. I think this took the full impact from whatever it hit or whatever hit it. So it needs a little bit of hammer love and then a quick little coating of some truck bed liner. So let's do it.
Hey, Nola. All right. Remember this? Like the day I got the Jeep home, like, man, it took full impact right there and didn't even bend. Well, I take that back. It's bent a tad bit on the inside. Right here is the only lip that's, I'm gonna hammer that back out right there. And I'm just gonna, I mean, a little bit of that truck bed liner thing's gonna look brand new. So I got laying over here in the woods, kind of on the edge. I'm just gonna spray it, got some cardboard, so don't get on anything else, and hit it up. Yeah, this bumper doesn't need to be taped off. This is not a real paint job. Pretty much just to touch this thing up. Looks good though, real good. So that side over there isn't bent, but we got the two inside bolts are slightly bent. So they'd be right here on this one. They're slightly cockeyed from the accident. So I might try to get them back straight somehow, but it's really not a good way to get a hammer in there to hit that, unless I put maybe a rod through there or something. But I'll try to do that, maybe heat them up with the torch and go ahead and see if we can mount this sucker. All right, so that one stud is still too far over. That side fit up just fine, this one is not. So I even could just cut that one off and just run 3. I mean, it's still gonna hold just fine. It's still pretty bent. Let me think on it.
round 3. All right, so we got it. It's on here, and it is relatively straight, especially for taking a freaking side impact. I mean, didn't really know about Smitty built bumpers, but holy crap. I mean, take it from this thing got T-boned and it's still lined up. That's amazing. I had to cut one bolt off. It was in such a bad place back there, I really couldn't get to it. So whatever. So there's 3 instead of 4. No big deal. It'll hold. I promise. So with all that being said, it looks pretty straight. I noticed right here on this upper bar, it is moved, I mean, ever so slightly inward right here. But I mean, it's really not even noticeable. So I'm happy with it. All right, just ran all the wires, zip tied the crap out of that thing. I put them like, check that out. There's a pile. I use like 10 zip ties. All right, so that's all tucked away. Let's go ahead and put these D-rings on.
Let's go ahead and get these old hood latches off of here. So here's the new ones that I've had for a while. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on because the hood, it still has to latch so they can inspect it, you know, take it back apart. I'm going to go ahead and install these. Oh, this stinks. I gotta take off the inner fender. Or at least loosen. I can't get to the bolt. It's done. Put this back on. Got it on there. Let's see what it does here. Cool, cool. Uh-oh. Did I just screw up? No. Nice. That looks really good. So the other side's gonna be way easier because the fender's off. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that part on the bottom of the fender there. And go ahead and mount the other one to the other side. So with these bottom bolts to the bumper, there's 3 holes, but you have to drill through that part of the frame down there. They don't match up to anything. So just to be sure, I went down to the old frame. I still have it, and I went through, and yeah, they had their, you can tell that it got drilled out. So that's what I'm gonna do next. Go ahead and drill these 3 holes. Not gonna tear up all my drill bits, but whatever. It's gotta happen. Oh yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. It's gonna be a wrap for today's video. I know it's kind of long, but man, this thing looks really, really good. And I got that new clock spring. It's on the way. It'll be here in a couple days. But this thing it's almost there. I can taste it. But I've really enjoyed working on this thing. It's been great. But if you're new here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any content, and watch this thing all the way from the beginning to now, and when it's all the way said and done and finished. So till next time, see you later, guys.